In this video I will tell you my truth, so this is not the absolute truth, this is just my truth from my experience. And I've been in the dating realm for the past 6 years, so I've been diving deep into relationships, intimacy, and just dating in general. And as you probably know, I have a lot of experience with that. So from that experience, I've actually found out some certain rules, some certain principles, some certain aspects of what defines a soulmate. So I'll tell you about that in this video. I'll also tell you some of the traps that you don't want to fall into, because it can easily be an ideal, the soulmate, and then it becomes a trap and it creates suffering, pain, and maybe that's not something you want to experience in your life, you know. Unless you are in deep need of suffering and pain, then go for it. But if you don't want this in your life, then maybe you want to listen to that video. So first I want to define what is a soulmate. And I'm going to give you some characteristics that define what is a soulmate. And this is purely from my experience, so you will not find this on internet, you will only find it in this video. The first one is you have a certain level of chemistry on a body level, mind level, emotional level, and energetic level. So on the body level, you feel a certain level of attraction, you like her body, you know, you really feel attracted. On the mind level, it looks like, you know, you have similar hobbies, you think the same, you know, have a lot of things to talk about. It's just like never ending, you know, it only feels like you could talk forever. So that's a mind connection. Then you also have an emotional connection, so you feel a lot of love for each other. That's what usually happens when you find a soulmate. And then you also have an energetic connection. And basically what it looks like, because it's hard to explain because it's very non-physical in many ways, what it looks like is you both feel pulled to each other. Like it just feels like, I'm pulled and I cannot do anything about it because you're just pulled. So that's the energetic connection. Then another characteristic of a soulmate is that you have the same level of openness in some ways, you know. So if you're very closed, then your soulmate will also be very closed. If you're very open, then, you know, your soulmate will be very open. It's very funny to see that a lot of the couples actually reflect each other a lot, you know. So definitely something to consider. Also, what happens when you find a soulmate is that you have a massive reflection of your fears and insecurities. So how it looks like is this. Let's imagine you have a certain fear. This fear will be triggered by your partner. Just like her fears will be triggered by you very easily. So you trigger each other in a very beautiful way. And that's actually amazing because it literally allows you to work together to become a better version of yourself. It's amazing. Another thing I've seen in my experience and the experience of my students is that there's a lot of like similarities or like coincidences in the life experience that you have. So for example, you have like similar experiences in the past, similar traumas, similar friends, etc., etc. And that's always like, what the fuck? It's always funny to hear the connection in that aspect. And the last thing, and I don't want to talk about it too much because I actually don't really know about it, but I do believe it's actually possible, is that you have, for some reason, a past life connection, you know. You actually met in a past life. The reason why I don't want to dive too deep into that is because a lot of it is projection of the mind when we talk about past life. So it's better to avoid it. It's just a subject in itself, and that's not the point of this video. So that's what basically, in my experience, defines a soulmate. Now, if you have all these characteristics, you need to understand that it's not just one soulmate that exists in the world. You have multiple one, you know. I mean, we are 5 billion people in this planet. So if you really think that there is only one soulmate, then you're completely delusional. And I'm sorry if it triggers you when I say that, but really, like, you're completely delusional to think there is only one soulmate. Yeah. And the reason why is because you have a certain level of chemistry, and this certain level of chemistry will attract another. It's a very similar level of chemistry. And depending on the life you live, depending on the period of your life, you will attract different soulmates, because we are part of nature. The body that we are in, the mind that we are in, is just another form of nature. You know, it's from Earth, literally. So it keeps on changing. That's the essence of nature, of the feminine, always changing. You know, so it's very normal to attract different soulmates in your life. It's actually completely fine. And the last thing I want to touch in this video, it's actually a trap, is to think that you can only be happy, fulfilled, free, peaceful when you finally have found a soulmate. This is the most funny trap and the worst trap ever. It's actually very hard to get out of that trap. But it's very important to understand that you need to be fulfilled, happy, loving, loved, regardless of if you have a relationship with a girl or not. That level, that intensity of happiness shouldn't be affected by the relationship. The relationship that you have with the girl, your soulmate, should just be a cherry on the top of the cake. Nothing else than that. So it's very important to understand this, please. So what you want to focus on as a conclusion of this video is to be the best version of yourself. Strive to become a better man. And allow yourself to meet girls when it feels right, when it's connected to your truth, and have a certain level of devotion to that as well. You know, when you feel it's connected to your truth, then become consistent and create beautiful results, you know. But don't make the whole life purpose about finding a soulmate. That's just a trap, basically. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching. If you want to watch more videos like this, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would love to have you there. You can also join my Facebook group. It's a community for men. And in this group I share a lot of insights, some of the experiences that I have in my life, some trainings sometime. So if you're really into that kind of approach to dating and relationships, then the group is really for you. And I see you when I see you. Peace.